Togazani, love, light, and gratitude. Tamagu. So let's talk quickly about shame and how shame affects us as spirit, as people. So shame is the emotion that one feels when they have made a choice that does not align with them. It'll often result in being judgmental of oneself, being extremely critical of oneself. So self criticism is a big thing. Shame may have resulted due to pain, due to rejection, due to criticism at any stages in our lives. However, I want to talk more on what Spirit has said about shame and how it affects us as individual and our growth. So, according to Spirit, shame will stifle your growth. How does it do that? When you are harboring and you're holding on to the negative feeling of shame and guilt, oftentimes you will focus on self. That is, everything that is happening outside of you, you will always look at it as if it is connected to you. People's behaviors, how things are unfolding in your world, in your family home, in your country, and these are often things that aren't related to you in any way. Also, it will also lead you to hiding your true self. It will often cause you to have feelings of being frozen and just feeling inadequate. So, Spirit says that anything or any decision or choice that you've ever made that was good for you at that particular time is a decision that you need to learn to accept, forgive yourself, and let it go. Because if you do not, it holds you to that particular place or time where you made the choice that causes all those feelings of shame. So, with that being said, it means that according to Spirit, no choice is right or wrong. If the choice that you made was vital, was important for you at a particular time in your life, and it was the only choice that you had, what else could you have done? So, therefore, why would Spirit, why would Source, why would your higher self then feel guilty about something that ultimately you may not have had any control over? So, Spirit says that let go of any shame or any guilt that you associate with any decision that you've ever made in your life. Whether that choice was about, say, having what we've done, we've made a lot of what we call mistakes in life, but in hindsight, they may not be mistakes because what we know now we may not have known then, so therefore that was our only choice. So inherently then we should not be holding on to any guilt about the decisions that we made. Things like having dated a married man or married man, if perhaps that was a way for a particular individual to survive or make ends meet, or for people that have that had to drop out of school and go and work and take care of their families. Let go of the shame. Stop feeling ashamed of that choice that you made because you didn't have any other option. Things like having had terminations, you know, the fact that you committed or you made the decision to terminate means that at that particular time in your life, you felt you had no other choice. So, therefore, why hold on to guilt associated with that choice when you had no other option? So it's very important that you learn to live with the decisions that you have made. Decisions of living your marriage, for example, you know, perhaps the marriage was toxic. Perhaps the marriage was not serving you in any way. Lots of other choices that we are confronted with in our day-to-day lives. But the most important thing is that if you know better, then you would have had, then you would have had selected a better option. But if there was no other option for the decision that you made, for the choice that you made, then there is no other way the particular scenario could have gone. Then there is really no reason for you to be trapped or to hold on to shame, because oftentimes shame will show itself in as isolation, a low self-esteem. For other people, it's behaviors of violence, bullying, because a person is battling with so much negativity, self-criticism, that they start acting out or bleeding, so to speak, on other people. So it's very important to work on the things that have brought you shame. Being abandoned by your parents, could be one of the things that have caused you so much shame in your life. So holding on to shame, or not achieving, or not being the person that you had envisioned you would be, not having fulfilled all your dreams, could result in you holding on to shame. And until you learn to let go of the shame, you will not progress. Because, like I said, according to Spirit, shame will stifle your growth. It is when you understand how to process this shame and you grieve and you accept, will it then be easy for you to let go? Because another thing that we need to understand, shame is held by the body. It is held in your nervous system. And for as long as your nervous system holds shame, you will constantly be in a feeling of fight or flight mode. And that's not the best place to be in. No growth or progression can happen when you are in a state of fight and flight mode ever. Importantly, accept yourself, forgive yourself if need be, but let go of the shame that you hold about the choices, behaviors that you had to make to be the person that you needed to be for yourself or for whomever, your family, at the time that you needed to. Thokozani, love, light, and gratitude. Amagu.